The executive director of the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce has come out in defense of members of the business community in light of accusations leveled at them for the failure to pass on the intended gains expected from the removal of VAT on sanitary napkins and other products to consumers. Louise says there was no malice or intent to defraud the consumers of the reduction in prices on the government-targeted products. The Chamber's executive director puts it all down to a lack of information or error.
I could assure you that members of the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce are cooperating. They're following the rules and requirements and the laws, and they're in full compliance. There may have been issues in the start of the implementation because of lack of information or poor understanding, but I am confident that the Chamber members are participating.
Louise says the Chamber of Commerce welcomes genuine consultation with government on matters pertinent to the business community. He points to the terms zero-rated and VAT-exempt, which he notes sounds like a distinction without a difference to the ordinary person. But he says it has serious implications for the bottom line of the business community.
The Chamber has a standing concern regarding the placement of goods on exempt list. We think the goods should be, we'd prefer to see these goods zero rated rather than placed on the exempt list, and we are going to have discussions on the matter. We think that when the government has policy intentions that are noble, the business community will support. We understand some of the reasons why, and so they do, some of the policies are what they are, and we work with the government to make sure they are implemented smoothly. When the goods are zero rated, there's a VAT rate that is zero, and you could claim back the VAT you have paid on these items. When it is exempt, you cannot claim back, so it is just a cost on your goods. And so, again, the rules specify how these are dealt with, and so we hope to have further discussions on the matter.
The executive director of the Chamber of Commerce says he welcomes the government's flexibility in delaying the implementation of the 2.5 health and security levy on services. He says often people underestimate the adjustments that businesses have to make to comply with the introduction of measures such as the new levy.
There was a rollback on the implementation on the services element of the 2.5, and that was welcomed by the Chamber and actually requested by the Chamber. Simply because the business community, a vast majority of the business community who would be paying the 2.5% and would be expected to charge the 2.5% were not prepared because they had to adjust their accounting systems. A lot of people do not fully appreciate the back office operations and changes that have to be made. So we think that it was a wise move to give the business community some time. As far as I'm aware, there are some businesses who still have not been able to do it within the period and will just have to absorb the 2.5%.
The business community had been on the receiving end of sharp criticism by both government ministers and the general public for its perceived lack of cooperation in passing on the intended gains brought about by the removal of VAT on set products to the consumers. The executive director of the Chamber of Commerce says its members stand ready to cooperate with the government in its effort to lessen the effects of inflation. Stanley Lucian for the HCS News Force.